Hello there, everybody. Welcome to a league play-in match between Naesala and arfarfarf for a spot in C the next season. I'm here with xyrix.
Hello.
We're gonna watch the match, see how it goes.
They're going to play some Dominion. That's my prediction.
Bold, but we'll see. It all comes crashing down. I haven't actually spectated a match in a long time. I don't know if I've seen it since some of the UI changes. Maybe I'm just not used to it. The kingdom is very tiny on my screen.
Yeah, it's a little tiny on my screen too.
There's like a lot of space.
The window size.
There's like a lot of space on the side still, but maybe it's just the way it goes with 3 landscapes.
Yeah, that's probably it. 3 landscapes and the extra supply or non-supply pile.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, what do we have here? Shaman, fun with shaman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess everything's here that you need to do stuff.
Yeah. You can peril, I don't know, caravan guards, camel trains. What do you not mind giving away?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if the loot stuff is better than... I mean, First May Festival is like not that great, but
yeah,
it's a little easier to do than some of the peril stuff.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you just do like council room draw, but just use camel train golds as your source of payload.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've not been impressed by First Mate very much.
Well, and the thing is here is it's like you'd be doing it in a context where you would just have way more actions than you need to, so you're not getting the village effect out of it much either.
Yeah.
No, First Mate is kind of tough, but if somebody's clean and you're, I don't know, if you're drawing them a card with council room, it may not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not really what you want to do if you have like a advantage in terms of thinning. That's true, very true.
And it's a little more amenable to camel train, I guess, unless you're just doing straight golds, but then the loot payload, which is nice with the council room, but does require fueling it.
Yeah, I mean, but all the draw options sort of are awkward in the sense that like they're going to draw you, 4 or 5 cards at a time.
Mm-hmm. Probably in practice, what it's just going to come down to is somebody getting a thinning lead, and then they can do any number of things, and it will be fine. If I had to guess, but we'll see.
That does seem like a reasonable estimate. Although I don't know. I mean, shaman is not. It's not ambassador. You don't get to just like do anything you want in the world.
No.
They've both so far gone for the camel trains and thinning options, not showing their hand on how they feel like drawing yet.
Mm-mm. I was about to ask if anyone would ever take an underling, because I'm not actually sure it's worth it, but Naesala has opted to go for one here. Just the 4s aren't, 3s and 4s here aren't super exciting, besides the camel train, I guess, but...
Yeah. I mean, I did not. Well, yeah. I mean, if you have three, like, what are you going to do? If you don't want another camel train, I mean, Underling gains the caravan guards, which is better than being a caravan guard, I think.
Well, I mean, accepting that buying the 5s earlier is pretty nice. In the shaman world where you're hitting 5 is maybe not all that consistent, but
yeah. So arfarfarf has the 3 silvers and Naesala has the 1, it looks like.
and already about to be a 3 card or a couple card lead on the exiling. This is one of those where the estates coming back may come back into the deck at a time when you're okay having them rather than a copper. Where you could just sanctuary them and be pretty okay with maybe having a couple point lead or something.
Yeah, definitely in the fullness of time, estate will be better than copper. All right, so arfarfarf has a like 17 card deck. I guess they're pretty relatively close on thinning. I guess you're pretty strongly incentivized to go for the first mate stuff just because it plays so nicely with shaman while you're trying to get clean.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good with shaman and sanctuary at this stage. Though you don't actually have enough of all of that to, like, this next shuffle for arfarfarf could be a dream or it could be nightmare.
Yeah, for sure. You could,
like you could have a turn where you see 10 cards and trash, 3 exile 3 of them, or you could just have a turn where you sit there and stare at a first mate.
Mm.
I would go ahead and do that. I don't think it's worth buying a 5 here. I would do the thinning. But arfarfarf passes on the exiling. Or now we're going back. Okay, so arfarfarf does switch to doing the thinning. Seems I prefer it anyway. Double shaman, I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah, that's
aggressive.
You're really gunning for drawing a shaman in the same hand as the first mates.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Well, and even if you hit like 3 of them together, then only one of them, or if you hit a couple, maybe only one of them can actually trash or something, and then.
Yeah.
But this I guess pretty strongly indicates they're interested in the pariling, because otherwise, why are you just blitzing the shaman?
You think so? I was thinking it meant that they just really want to go strongly for first mate draw decks stuff.
I guess I don't know. I think of the shaman, like doing the first mate with the shaman is like such a piddly payload of a draw 2x thing. That
I don't know. I mean, it's not quite the same as playing like Cursed Village, Candlestick Maker or something, but I'm always really impressed by Cursed Village, Candlestick Maker, even though it feels like something that should not be all that great.
I mean, it's all relative. Here I'm just thinking, maybe, I mean, as long as you can handle the show, I mean, as long as you can get through the deck with it, it's fine, I guess. But to my mind, they don't have enough first mates right now to really want that many shamans, so I don't understand putting them in before a shuffle.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem very aggressive to add them right there. Although, I mean, I think I can understand the deck composition that they seem to be aiming for.
Mm-hmm. Here comes the jewels.
All right, now we're in the perils. Okay.
Nice
Right.
loot, I guess, as far as not super good loots, but okay for this particular deck.
Yeah, is that the best one? Is in this situation?
I mean, you'd probably still be happier with like a puzzle box or some potential security on some situations. Like, you could have a loose first mate pretty easily.
Yeah.
At some
I
point.
think you're right. The puzzle box would be very nice.
But I mean, the jewels works here.
The staff also potentially nice if staff DTX always a good thing.
Right.
If you go that way.
Yeah, except you would need a lot more treasure than that you want to draw to off of it.
Well, they do seem to be sort of aggressively going for the perils, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you have more loots, then it definitely staff can do some stuff.
they are starting to make a permanent increase in the size of the trash.
Mm-hmm. Two festivals here. Yeah, that seems fair. It's still, well, this is getting pretty close, this deck. Still not enough first mates, though, to really...
Yeah, taking the festivals seemed very aggressive.
I wonder if you trash the silver at some point, or exile. I guess you could exile it instead and then play it a little bit. You could have some potential tricks, I guess, in the future with an exiled silver, though. Probably never relevant.
Yeah, like it seemed worth it just to draw an extra card there.
This is the mixing of the first mate and the loots. I don't know how that's gonna pay off. How well that's gonna play out.
It does not seem great.
But I mean,
the first mate is never really like, it's hard for it to like hurt you.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you could throw in some. You could at this point just throw in council rooms.
Yeah.
If you wanted to switch to loot. Or wanted to focus on loot. What do they have here? The 10, 11? 12 would be nicer. It would be kind of
probably worth not Xing on the copper there.
It would be kind of nice to go loot. Yeah, maybe I almost wonder if you keep copper, go festival, double council room, peril.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
To end this turn. And the other option would be to you could, I mean, at that point, if you wanted to get rid of the copper, you could also monkey Well, that's just the same. Never mind. In fact, it costs you a 3, but... Well, no, because the monkey lets you get 2 different 5s. It'll be a little different.
I really don't like your decisions in there in the end, though.
No. The draw just isn't here for either player, really. Yeah, these hands.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe arfarfarf will get rescued, but... Yeah, this isn't quite the balanced... Or this doesn't quite have the draw to payload balanced down. Because you're just adding camel trains when you don't even have the deck drawn. And
yeah, it's a lot to ask to find 2 draw cards in like 20 cards, very few of which are cantrips.
Council room would be a lot better than a first mate, I think, there.
Maybe? I feel like after they went and added all those festivals.
Yeah, I guess I don't know, but there's just a lot of treasure in arfarfarf's deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure, but... It's definitely a little bit of a confused deck composition here. We get council room now. We're gonna just kind of have built, and then they're gonna like look up, and the 5s will need to be worried about emptying, and then they'll start buying like 1 province a turn or something. I wonder if you don't monkey some of those earlier. You don't really have that many terminals, right? Or am I wrong? I mean,
I think you could monkey them. I think it's sort of
it probably
low.
doesn't matter, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're not like... You could get a turn, though, where you're wanting to do like an estate pile out, and it could be pretty important, but... Yeah, for this turn...
Yeah, at some point. It's
for
not,
this
it's
turn,
not
for
there.
sure, it doesn't matter. You're right.
Like, I don't think the decks are that bad if they just like get rid of some silvers.
I think they both already have more loots than you can actually like draw in a turn.
No, they can't. There's only... I mean, you can draw 6 loots in a turn, and there's only 7 gone from the pile.
You can kind of draw 6 loots. You can't... Because you're going to draw some of the festivals and shamans at the end, too. Like, they're not... You can't make all of that
but you
disappear.
You can also have cantrips and draw into them with the cantrips.
Right, but those can be the... there are more stop cards than they have... Because they have the camel... I mean, it won't all necessarily appear before a first mate, so it won't... They're still effectively stop cards, I think, at the end of most turns.
I mean, it depends on how many first mates you have. I mean, if you have enough first mates, it doesn't matter. You just keep going.
Right. I don't think they have as many. I don't think they have so many that the sequence will work out that they draw deck.
I mean, I don't think it's likely, but they are definitely at the point where it's possible. Still, I think.
And now these camel trains are. Yeah, council room looks right. Arfarf's probably gonna. Ideally, Arfarf can go like council room gold province here, but that's the end of the action, so that's not happening.
Yeah, even just 11 for council room gold would be pretty nice.
Yeah, this is not gonna. Well, they did get the spell scroll at least, so that could maybe rescue a turn.
At the cost of giving your opponent spell scroll. It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
but
but
wait, no, it's only up to 6. Never mind.
Yeah, and even if it weren't like how many turns, I mean, you probably think this game can't be long for the world. Or seeing some monkeys come out. See, now they're gonna first mate or whatever, and just go down to. Oh no, they're trying to see, but this is like what else could happen there? There was like maybe one or two. There were two. I don't know. That was the only.
I mean, if those are their only festivals, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's worth it to clear. I don't know. I'm not following the deck composition closely enough to know if that was a good idea.
Arfarf has a pretty sad amount of good things in exile. That will never get played.
Yeah, the second camel train was pretty rough.
Getting a first. They're gonna now the first mate here may do a little more.
Yeah.
Whether it'll pass 3, I don't know. There's still.
Oh, they have the jewels down there.
Jewels
so
for sure.
It's definitely gonna pass 3.
It's gonna match it at least. I guess there's another silver and maybe another loot.
I think that might be all their loot.
First mate shaman councilman is probably already enough to get Naesala to double though, so gonna be the silver copper. It's got a little extra. Can I take a gold? Duchy. I don't know if
I think
Duchy.
3 golds is better than a duchy, personally.
Yeah, I don't think Duchy makes sense. I don't know if arfarfarf has the action unless the first mates draw really well also to play all those counts rooms, but I guess if you get if you kick off a little bit, then I guess your second options for the first mate are probably pretty good village-wise.
Yeah, Dwarf 5 has at least 3 festivals.
Naesala would have loved to find some sanctuaries before this. But 33 points is going to be pretty tough. If they get there, I guess.
I mean, they had it already. Almost. Any action, yeah.
Oh, there's a game. They're just taking a pile out. Makes sense. Wasn't
Smart thing to do.
Wasn't paying attention to that. Okay. Would have liked to see their focus on one side of that deck or the other, but it was an interesting board for sure. To have those kind of tension, or the tension between the different payloads.
Yeah, it was very neat, yeah.
I think it's first to 3.5.
Yeah, unless they agreed to something else. Which I don't even know if you can do for a play-in.
I don't know. I looked up the rules, but I didn't read every line. I just read enough to see 3.5. Both the 10 events, I guess there maybe are more 10 events, but or are there? I don't know.
Yeah, there's populate.
Oh yeah.
There's the treasure populate.
What's the treasure populate called?
Prosper? Is that it?
Yeah. I love the $10 events. They're so funny.
Yeah, they're great.
Like every single one of them is just so funny.
Yeah. I mean, Prosper is definitely the least funny because, if you're just taking like a gold and a loot,
yeah.
But the other ones are great, yeah.
We have enough to do the dream invasion too. Whether it'll happen, I don't know, but
True.
I think I've only done the full invasion maybe like once.
Yeah, I don't know. I've definitely done it at least once, but yeah, it doesn't come up that often.
It's hard to need the action. It's hard for it to be real in that sense. Not so hard maybe to have it be possible, but possible and productive in some sense.
So what do we do here? Do you do underling spam? I would probably do underling spam.
You're going to have a bunch of hands early on where you might as well buy a underling.
Yeah.
That's one part of it. And then, of course, it's a pretty good card eventually. Catapult collision, this is a rough one.
Yeah, they did open double and get to see them get to play them
Play
both on
them
the first shuffle, so it's not.
This is fair then. I'm not
Yeah,
paying good enough attention.
that was fine. But like, I would probably trash the other catapult here.
I might give it one more. I'm not sure I would have gotten 2 ever actually, but
Yeah, I mean, I want to like use a camel train at some point.
this is looking already though pretty rough. Unless I'm misreading the decks badly.
No, I think you're right.
Here we've
Hunting
hit
Party is
the
just really good.
peddlers.
I think you want to add the extra gain here as Naesala.
I guess you're pretty safe. Though it's kind of... It's a little strange. Because you would really like to keep catapulting. We miss it now.
Yeah, but you go for Anvil. That's sort of what I was thinking.
Yeah, Anvil.
They're going for Duchy.
Yeah. Anvil, yeah, I agree. That looked nice. Gold, not so nice. The Anvil, I can get behind.
It did work though. I mean, they got their invasion. I don't know if it was good, but they got it.
They did get it. You can trash the duchy, give a curse.
It's a power move to catapult.
You can trash the orb and do both things.
That's true.
Yeah,
Definitely an option.
The Anvil would have been nice. They never play these underlings out of hand, which is really weird. They hold the underlings while playing hunting parties, which I don't think is right.
It does seem wrong.
I don't like second invasion either much, but they're
having fun.
They're surely 100% going to win this game.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think holding the underling is right. If you don't have another hunting party in play, you probably want to hold the underling.
Yeah. There are definitely some points where it's correct. I just wasn't convinced every time.
Yeah.
This time they bottom decked them all. Yeah, you can play your barge and then you can do the full invasion.
They're gonna have plus action though, so it's not gonna work. It's gonna be very sad.
Oh, the underlings are gonna fire off now. So it won't count. That's a bummer. Well, maybe not, because wait, when does it check? After. So yeah, the second one will give plus action.
I want to see someone buy an alliance and an invasion in the same turn.
No, maybe I'm confused, but I still don't. Is it right to play those hunting parties before the underlings? I don't
know. They were kind of going too fast for me to really notice if they were doing things in the right order at any particular moment.
Close. We're getting close. That's what I think, JH. But they've done it a bunch of times.
We got Wade the Pig Leprechaun. Very, very good combo here.
Yeah. It's a nice one.
Sadly, there's like not really enough gains to justify just filling your deck with leprechauns.
All leprechauns.
Yeah, just open double leprechaun, just alms for
Keep
leprechaun every single turn.
Yeah. You're gonna need. What do you do? Priest hideout?
Yeah. Maybe double priest. I could see that.
I kind of like putting both in with the alms, especially.
Yeah.
Or putting both in that I trash twice, even if they collide.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you don't really care about the money for a little while. There's not much downside. Sailor.
I don't know I don't know that you ever care about the money, at least in the hideout context. Or, I mean,
well, I think you care a little bit eventually because you want to buy city quarters.
Sure.
I assume.
I'm thinking by then you've played leprechauns, or are in the process of being in that area.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you don't even really need city quarter. You know, you can just do Blessed Village Envoy.
Yeah. I don't particularly like the sailors. The 5s are not very good here. I mean, the patrol's fine, but the envoy is gonna be better sometimes.
Yeah. No, I mean the sailors just seem pretty bad to me.
Like I would have almost even been tempted to. I mean, I guess because the estate trashing is good enough, but I would have been close to double hideout rather than hideout priest even. But I
yeah,
like
I mean,
I like the one
I
like the one priest for sure. But
yeah. I'd probably get a patrol here.
they're trying for a Earth's gift, I guess, or a. I don't like the Blessed Village there either yet. It's just there's so much nice trashing here. Get clean, do leprechauns. There's no other gains, so you have to do it. I mean, it's just a race to being the person who's doing leprechaun stuff every turn.
Yeah. That's a beautiful board for that reason. You just can't do anything other than leprechaun.
Yeah, it's just there's just draw village leprechaun. That's your world. But why do you want that many sailors? It's just procking something for the sake of procking it.
Yeah, I mean, like when you see it turn 3, it does speed up your trashing. I mean, that is something. Like, not that I think that that's worth it, but it is like an actual effect. I think basically what they're thinking is that they want to do city quarter stuff, so they're buying the thing that is an action that gives you money.
Yeah. I'm in like a one city quarter, maybe two city quarters mindset here, not
Yeah, I don't
city
think you
quarter,
need
city quarter, city quarter. But
one is probably plenty because you just wish for the patrols and whatever.
I think a point where it could be a little better is if you get the money, have the money set up so that you don't actually lose a turn. Like if you pay the debt off and are able to alms, but like via sailor somehow. But I don't think that happened here.
They were close. Like they were close to being able to buy a leprechaun.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would definitely take an envoy here.
I'm an official sailor hater. I'd come out and say it. Not as in that I don't like the card. I just think it's like overgained.
It just feels so good when you hit that high roll.
Yeah. But what's that like? I don't know. I'm in the buy sailor if it's the only trashing, and otherwise probably I'm not actually in that camp if I watch my games, but there we get a wish going.
More sailors.
So,
I'm very. I don't know. I don't know what to say about my opinions on just never buying. I mean, our arfarfarf has a nice envoy here. That's done good work there.
they need to pig here though. Yeah. I was kind of worried they weren't going to pig at all. You trash there. You trash there 100%. No, you don't. No, I don't agree.
Yeah. Like, what does this get you?
You only need $8 in your deck. You're going to have it after you play your leprechaun the next turn. I don't think getting another city quarter is that big a deal. Duchy already. They're thinking no more whiffs for the rest of the game, and we need the duchy now. That's bold.
I mean it's probably correct.
It maybe. It might be. It might be correct.
Pig wish. That's a great interaction.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can just wait. I mean, at some point there might be some risk in waiting, but for some period of time you can just wait. Needs to get the order right here. It's not too terrible or anything, but does need to do it.
Did they even have to get the order right? Like so long as they managed to play the leprechaun as their 7th card, they were pretty good there, and have an action left over to play the priest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was anything tricky. I'm not sure what but I get paranoid sometimes.
No, leprechaun is like it's a paranoia driving card for sure.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't claim there was like a puzzle. Two wishes.
Yeah, pretty rough for arfarfarf to have to use the wish again here.
Yeah. Donate. Yeah. I guess you could do one roll. I mean, you can do one pig.
Yeah, you can pick the sailor. I wouldn't pick the envoy.
You could. I mean, even if the sailor missed, you could pick the wish if you want to be. If you really want to try it.
I mean, it's true. You could. All right. Well, they get the blessed village. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is the point where you would wish that you had a patrol in your deck, because like eventually, okay, well they didn't discard the leprechaun, but you see what's gonna happen here.
But it was also maybe a little early to do that gold trashing on Flame's Gift, because
yeah,
I think this turn will be okay. Well, not if you. I guess it's still guaranteed fine. Do you just leave a wish on top, or do you not? Yeah, it's true. We're definitely approaching. Patrol can be nice.
I mean, I think leaving the wish on top is just like better than not.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be so funny when somebody like we get to the end and like somebody just doesn't get to play their wishes to turn them into duchies, and it and they just end the game with 4 wishes or something. When like 4 duchies would otherwise have made the points work out in their favor.
Or if someone cashes them in too early and then they
Yeah.
wind up with the hand of 5 duchies.
Yeah. It's all or nothing.
Yep. I mean, that seemed... You definitely didn't need to cash them in there, right? Like, arfarfarf only has 2
not.
wishes.
No, yeah. I sure do wish like 3 of the sailors in each player's deck was a mix of blessed villages and envoys.
I do think that would things would be going more smoothly there.
Look at this sitting. This is like 3 non-actions bottom decked. Maybe not 3, but at least a couple. So that was quite
1 lead, 1 gold, 1 something.
Yeah. I think maybe
1
I'm
lead,
wrong.
1 gold, 1 sailor.
Yeah, so I guess there just weren't that many non-actions left. Well, this can't... I guess it didn't matter. Maybe it made sense even. Now there's again a question like, do you need to move up and flip? Or get the duchies? What's the situation?
I mean, Naesala can only get 2 duchies, so there's no reason.
That's true.
No, going for sailor over estate.
One last sailor for the road.
I guess Naesala can get 3 duchies if they get in a situation where they buy duchy.
Mm-hmm.
Seems unlikely, but I guess not impossible.
There's nothing to do here but just to keep pigging and hope, right?
Yeah. I don't find that envoy. Like, the sailors do nothing. It's really just sort of bad to have the sailors in play. Like, then you're diluting your city quarter.
Didn't go... oh, no, they did go over there. Good hand for... well, of course Naesala here is going to have a good hand. Yeah, this is just going to be safe to province on. And you're going to have $6 waiting next turn. Because the tie is no good. Air quotes tie. Oh, this will be 3-0 for Naesala.
Arfarf can go out in style here, get one more wish.
No. Maybe the most stylish way is to take a hex now.
Yeah, maybe. Like it's, I believe that. Yeah.
So it would have to be a good one. What would be a good hex? Miserable's not bad. Envious would be okay here for style, I think, would be decent. To then play the 3 golds.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that could be okay.
Locust sitting city quarter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You got to give yourself that shot, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't mean at winning. I mean at getting the locust. You gotta take the hex.
I knew what you meant. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm frozen.
I mean, it was down there. There was a city quarter there. It was 1 in 5 or whatever, or 1 in, yeah.
I'm locked out.
Yeah, me too.
Classic Indian Games experience. Different login on a private. Have you been able to get back in?
No. I'm just stuck on loading game.
Yeah, me too. Well, congrats to us on watching Dominion too hard.
Yep. We have pillaged the server. The excitement for our commentary has just overloaded.
The frenzy. Wonder if it's oh yep, it's reached the shuffle at Discord.
All right.
Well, not I mean just I can at Steph, I guess, somewhere.
Yeah. Like I was just about to put it in the panic room.
Okay.
My keyboard isn't working. I apparently did not plug in my keyboard. Let's try this again.
Listen, if they give me the keys, I'll push the button.
I mean, I would trust you to push the button.
All I'm doing, I sit around all day. I could push the button.
Yeah. I mean, it'd probably be good to have a US based button pusher.
Right, we're gonna have to have them get out their paper cards, set up a Skype session, Discord video call.
Yeah, if they don't have paper cards, they can make some drawings.
No, we should ask if they have the Steam client, and we should have the first, and we'll make them share screen on Discord with us. We'll have the first league match on Temple client. Ooh. I don't know if the players have some kind of what their limit on how long they're gonna wait is.
I don't know. I mean, it's only been an hour. Presumably they budgeted more time than that.
That's true. It's been pretty fast. What are you doing at 19 UTC on Friday, June 2nd?
I have no plans at the moment, I don't think.
Yeah. Want to do the other C play-in match?
Yeah, could do. Sounds good. Who's playing in that one?
El Taco and W. Morrison.
I don't think I have had the pleasure of playing either of them. Maybe W. Morrison.
I'm pretty sure I played W. Morrison. It's surprising the number of people still sitting in this channel.
We're just scintillating. Apparently.
We're really. Yeah. Not that I want any of you people to leave.
No, please, keep us company on our long cold night of waiting for the server to reboot.
All right, I'm gonna play TGG bot for the video because I'm never gonna edit this to take this section out, so I'm gonna have some Dominion going. You can evaluate the boards. Let's see. How do I share screen? How does this work? Resolution. We don't need that high. No, we better do maximum. How does this work? I'll just hit go and we'll see what happens. Can the viewers see it? You can't even tell me in spec chat. I'm just gonna trust that it's working.
I could see it. So
all right, we've got.
Presumably everyone else can.
All right, we might just re-roll this board. Okay, we can play this one. All right, we've got Way the Mouse Hermit. Interesting. I guess we can't get Madman.
No, it's
real
sort of
shame.
sad.
So it's, reasonable buy here anyway, I guess. Or not buy, reasonable play here anyway. Let's see. Not going to open with the Cursed Astrolabe. So...
No, that sounds fun. Open, like, Encampment Cursed Astrolabe.
Courier Cursed Astrolabe. Encampment? No, we got to get the...
Maybe the Encampment's a bit much.
I'm gonna open. I'm gonna do the coward's way. I guess I could do an encampment and. Oh no, the AI has the 5T. That's gonna be decent here.
There's a nice 5-2.
I think I'm just gonna be a wimp and do this. So that didn't work. Maybe a village green. Oh, good shuffle. And I have a shield.
Punished for not going
not
for
taking
that
the
loot.
astrolabe.
Yeah.
Maybe there's another shield on top. Oh man, this is too much pressure. Fortunately, I do have the castles. So, they're marked. That's interesting. That's surprising to me that was how they chose to do that. Too bad I didn't draw this. Okay, I will do one of these moused, I think. And what should I get with my mouse? I guess I can hit 5. Maybe I should hit 5. They'll buy the castles, but they don't usually do too good at the more expensive ones. I guess just more villages. This is a little scary. I think I'll take some of these encampments. Should I get a camel train now? I don't know. Of course, this is a plaza, not a village green.
Yeah, why do you have a plaza? Seems weird.
Listen. Fair question. Hopefully we get up to a forge here. The AI will do it like a pretty high amount of gaining the right cards, or like gaining decent cards at least, and then completely throw it in numerous other ways.
Yeah, I'll be honest, since I've never actually used the TGG thing, I really have no idea what's going on here. There's just cards appearing.
It's just flying. Yeah. It's impossible. Well, it can be quite hard to tell what's going on because the log is not visible, and I mean you can change the animation speeds, but it's still just, you know, cards flying. It's never not just cards flying. Where are no Margraves? Still no Margraves. This is like 2, well, maybe just 1. Okay.
I've been informed that the match will not be resuming. It has been forfeited, so we are not beholden to wait for the server to restart.
Okay. All right. Well, I gotta finish this, and then we'll end the video. But you don't have to. No one's obligated to stay.
I mean, I've stayed for this long. I may as well see at the end of
You're
whatever.
gonna watch me.
Whatever's
No,
going on.
there's a real risk here that I lose. I keep having to delay these village greens, and I'm never getting the draw going. And I always have... Okay, this next turn's going to be the turn for me. And let's just hope. The piles aren't really... There's no pile risk, so that's the saving grace here. We are going to need to get... like a... gold somehow. Maybe with these 2 silvers.
Okay, probably the players are resuming now. I've been informed again.
All right. Okay. I'll go back. We'll switch back. Okay, we're gonna pause this. How do I do this? Stop streaming. Okay. Gotta switch OBS back. All right, perfect. Potentially 1 more game, potentially 4 more games.
That would be exciting.
Plus, you know, gotta finish that bot game.
So 5 more games even.
Yeah. What's patient? I guess there are probably some worlds where there are like tricks for patient souk, but... And I guess it's not... It does some things, but...
Yeah, it's pretty... It's not really when you want to play your souks.
No. But
yeah, this is...
There's no trashing, so...
Well, there's souk.
Oh yeah, souk does that. What a neat card.
Souk is so good. I love it.
Souk is a fantastic card.
It brings me so much joy. It might be my favorite Dominion card.
10 out of 10 for sure.
Marauder does not quite spark the same amount of joy.
Marauder just trucking along, doing his best, handing out junk, handing out other kinds of junk.
The spoils are like, you know, like they let you get off better souks. That's sort of the best thing I can say about Marauder. Do they let you get off a better souk than like opening Lackey Silver?
Probably not. We've got all these colonnaded oases. That's... Points hungry. I don't know if that's right, but Oasis is a fine card here, I guess, as far as they go.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Oasis. It is definitely better than Silver.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not better than the first Silver, but
Survivors. Letting you know what your next two cards are over and over again. Another Curse Village.
yeah, I feel like if you haven't trashed yet, you sort of want the Hunting Lodges.
Yeah. I thought that might be the Sook hand.
It really looked like a Sook hand.
This is funny because you don't even have to play the this draw to X sort of thing here. You could just buy lackeys and sack of loot.
Yeah,
it's
definitely. I think it would lose, but you could do it.
You could buy lackeys for like your first, you could, or even lackeys silver and then just lackeys on the low money hands, and that would run for quite a while.
Yeah.
And you would still be getting colonnade points some, and it's not like this draw to X stuff is gonna be doing anything like super exciting.
I don't know. I think I think like playing a lot of Sooks at a turn is gonna win. That's usually how these things go, in my experience.
Yeah.
Like you sort of spend some time, and then all of a sudden you're buying provinces like 4 at a time.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
But yeah, I just think, I mean, the Hunting Lodges is better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to come into a turn diluted, and there's like no reason to.
Yeah, exactly. And like Hunting Lodge, it works a lot more nicely with lackeys, and like you probably wind up with some lackeys in your deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem with all these Oases is they make it very hard to get a good Sook off.
Probably just see a province, and even though wouldn't like it normally, I guess it makes sense here.
I still don't like it.
Do you just pass? Do you buy a sack of loot or a gold?
I mean, I would have bought it. I would have held 2 junk cards and bought Sook.
They were diluted.
Oh, they're diluted, right? I forgot about that part.
That's the only reason.
In that case, probably the province is the best thing to do. I mean, sack of loot.
You had the hovel and like what else?
Yeah. No, I mean you're right. Yeah, I forgot. I just forgot about the diluted.
Yeah, the hunting lodges are just better for this cycling of trying, like even at the start, if their goal is to like play Marauder a bunch, hunting lodge is way better for that. And
yeah,
it does essentially the same money generating thing with the Oases as the Curse Village can do.
Curse Village also just, it costs you money on your souks when you have to play them like that.
Hmm. Do they have enough trash? They can triple souk, can't they? And get all trashes.
I would probably take 2 souks, 1 village, but triple souk, nothing wrong with that.
Curse Village. This will now at this point require probably a 3 pile for arfarfarf to take it. So this hand is bad, so maybe not.
I mean, the 3 pile is not that far away.
Yeah. And 8 points is not, well, it's not nothing.
Yeah.
But they're gonna need it. They're gonna need a turn here, or it's just not.
Yeah, there are cursed villages. Okay, I thought there were cursed villages. Maybe there still are cursed villages.
I'm worried that we're gonna see a counter duchy, and I think that's probably not playing to the win condition. Or arfarfarf.
No.
I don't know that that was either, but they're all about it. Well, no, that probably is actually. I take it back. Probably lowering the cursed villages is definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, the Sioux Cursed Village stuff is weird. Because you can't. Yeah, you can't go up and then. Or you can't go down and up in the same way as you can with the. Or maybe it's always just how many actions you're willing to or able to acquire at the start of the turn, basically.
Yeah, I think the deck could really use a crossroads.
Is this? That's just 17, so not enough. $1 short. $1 short or 3 buys short, however you wanna. Oh, the villager. I assume arfarfarf doesn't have 8 buys.
Seems unlikely, unless there's a lot more ruined villages than I thought, or ruined markets than I thought there were.
Did Naesala miss a villager use? Knave is awesome to get him money. Yeah. Could have lowered hand size at some point.
Yeah.
Could come into play. I mean, no, the decks are definitely big enough. Weird stuff could happen.
They've definitely reached the point where they're getting worse again.
Why not take the province?
Yeah, I would have taken the province. I also would have discarded Oasis and Souk.
And of course, you could have got a little more money with Villager, but I don't think it was enough to end anything there. Though you could have drawn a little more. I mean, there was a Villager use that could have been done before the Curse Village, so they could have actually seen one more card. There they use the Villager. This is probably in hand, right? I guess there are hexes that you don't have 5 buys, so there are hexes that. Yes. 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 That rules. You had to. I mean, how many were even left on the hex? The odds was Miserable was still there. No, Miserable was gone. So.
Miserable was gone.
But it was like one. I mean,
because we saw Locusts already. So
there were 4 left, and you were flipping 2. So it was like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty likely. Yeah.
It was not unlikely.
We will get another game.
That's so funny.
It's just open looting. Rip the what should we call it? The prize goat.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, how many of the loot are like deck control things? There's like spell scroll, prize goat, figurehead.
I mean, I guess I don't know how loose.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, do you count puzzle box?
Right. I don't know what you have in mind.
Yeah.
I mean, there are lots of things. There are a lot of things that I would think would fit deck control in a general sense.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you like orb, sextant, or like
insignia.
Helpful. Yeah, insignia. Yeah.
I mean, insignia is a garbage loot unless you already have a bunch of other good loots, but.
Yeah, or if you open it, maybe it's better in that situation. Like I don't know. No one has opened looting though, which is very responsible of them.
I mean, on the opening, I assume the best are like goat and sextant. Maybe puzzle. I mean, puzzle box would be fine. Hammer, yeah, like hammer would be great here, but not for deck control necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, I think the spell scroll is maybe the best one.
You could just buy whatever. You could just buy whatever card.
No, because you can play it in your buy phase. So you could open like if you get spell scroll catapult, then you can play Puka and catapult in the same turn.
Though the there's pretty specific order and circumstances where that's gonna like mean much.
I mean, for sure.
It would cycle at the very least.
But like, I mean, I would probably like what I would actually do on this board is maybe just open Puka catapult anyways. So. I will wind up opening looting at some point on a Puka board. And I hope it's not the latter. I hope I do not do this in a league game, but I will have this experience.
Do it, and it's on a board where doubloons is good. You know, it's just like,
yeah,
you just gotta. It's hard. It's hard to. It's also conditional, you know, on it being cursed gold. It's kind of tough because you already have a way to like spike expensive stuff. So just like the $3 treasure in and of itself isn't so exciting.
I mean, it sort of is. Like you have a way to. I mean, you have a way to spike expensive stuff, but it's like I think that like getting early gold on a cursed gold board can be really good if it means that like you just never struggle with price points and like get a puka.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't know. I love cursed gold boards. I think they're really interesting.
I'm not a big cursed gold fan, but I'm bad with it, or I feel bad with it. Maybe.
Yeah, it does not make your life feel more smooth. Excuse me.
I super dislike spending your $5 buy on a fishing village just because I guess you want the colonnade points. I don't. The 5s are great here.
Yeah.
I'm actually really surprised the Rabbles are still at 10. But maybe there haven't been that many $5 hands. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's the only the third 5 gained.
Yeah. And Sierra's good here, but
Excuse me. Yeah. Rabble also very good when you have all these fishing villages for sure.
yeah. I mean both the villages are great with Rabble.
Yeah.
like every buy, or like at what, like at a specific point cave, or
I mean, I would always get fishing village over silver on this board, I think.
and I don't know if they counted something out where they wanted the 6 here. You know, I mean this does, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it does something.
The old chalice that never ends. Do you loot and buy copper?
Yeah. Seems very reasonable.
No. This one also looks super over.
It's never a good sign when the person with no deck control has all the advisors.
Yeah. Though Naesala could kind of not kick off here pretty easily, actually. Not that that's going to change the outcome, but I mean, the turn would at least not be huge.
Mm.
Yeah, you're probably right, Cave. It'd be nice to have... Does Naesala have the... Who has the chariot race? Naesala, yeah. So if they see the chariot race and then other seer, then they can get everything. Yeah, this will work. Wow, that was actually brutally good for Naesala to get the sextant back, because they didn't discard two. They could have discarded 3 costs, and they chose not to. But they just drew it all anyway. Double chariot race, interesting.
I guess that's sort of a reason to go for the seer over the rabble.
Mm-hmm. So the rabble also helps your chariot races if they're still have garbage.
Yeah, I mean, it depends when.
Three seers. So we go like looting, maybe another chariot race. Could do an advisor. I guess with the 3 seers down, you don't really need to this turn.
It seems a little overkill.
They shouldn't. Wait, what? I don't know why they played that second seer. I don't know. They missed out on a bunch of money and points.
They needed a rocks there so they could trash it and put something in their discard pile.
Yeah.
Or no, against a hand. Never mind. All right, rocks not even good enough.
They just needed to just not play the seer.
Definitely was an option that they had.
Oh, we're getting... Do they still have the... Okay. Well, both players have drawn deck, at least. So, arfarfarf didn't get any plus buy on the looting, which is rough.
Definitely rough.
Insignia is so sad.
Yeah. I mean, it did let them top deck a seer last turn, so like maybe they don't draw the deck if they didn't have the insignia, but still, like,
yeah,
it's not what they need at this point.
Oh no!
No. Brutal.
It's catapult fuel.
Yeah.
They're almost doing this thing again with well, no chariot race hits here. But they also play so many seers that half their chariot races are completely unplayable, like throughout turns. Why not? I would. You get the gold there. Don't use the spell scroll ability and get another $.
Maybe they really want rocks.
They really want rocks.
They're gonna buy 3 rocks, 1 chariot race.
You could have got the rocks anyway, though. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's true. It didn't really help you get the rocks. All right, they did get the rocks. It is happening. They needed to counter the the doubloons thing.
Mm-hmm.
By going for rocks.
Mm-hmm. Classic battle. Gonna have $20 million and no buy. I wonder what is on the bottom here that arfarfarf decided to stop.
I think just not wanting. Well, maybe not wanting to trigger
Was
the
it Curse
shuffle.
Estate?
Yeah, I don't know.
There were only. I mean, there couldn't have been that many. The shuffle wasn't that huge, was it? Like 2 cards, 1 card. It was just they'd only played 1 advisor. Well, that's the 3rd loot with no plus buy for arfarfarf.
This is why you got to start buying him turn 1. Give yourself more shots.
That's so true. So true. There we go, doubloons.
Farewell, doubloons.
And now they gotta find the province to win this chariot race. We did it. All right. Naesala finds the 3 pile.
Very nice.
Ins. Whoa, server connection was closed. Well, all right. Well, congrats to Naesala. GG's to both players. And
yep.
Thank you all for watching. I'm going to now briefly return to Hard AI.
Game 7 or 6, something like that.
We finally got our turn. We got our big turn. Finally have what we need. Oh, I don't want to play that. Well, I can play it as mouse. You know what? You know what? We'll put in the astrolabe now. I got swords. See, I have better loot luck.
It's so easy. You just get the good loot.
You simply get the good loots. Anybody could do it. I think I'll go ahead and put another gold in the exile here. Trash my silvers. Get my golds out. And just wait for next turn to see what we can do. Sword on the Margrave board is not the most exciting, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, Margrave already has a sword. You can see it right there in the art.
That's true. I do have quite a few points here I need to make up. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that, but I believe in myself to figure out a path forward here. Where are those golds? Good question. Here's one. We can use these mousy things. I probably don't have. I guess I don't want to lower too much though. That's a little scary. Yeah, I shouldn't do that. I was gonna go back in for another astrolabe, but I think that's just pushing everything a little too far. Okay. I'm not actually sure how I'm gonna do this.
I suggest getting the astrolabe, forging the loot into Opulent Castle.
That's pretty fancy. The thing is, if I lower that, I'm just worried about a 3 pile if I lower those astrolabes. How much money am I going to have here? Can just camel train the opulent.
That's true. That's pretty fancy as well.
Oh, that doesn't work.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
I can just not camel train the opulent castle. We may have to
What's the one you can do that? You have to transport. You can transport opulent castles or invest in them.
That's what you can do. Well, so we lower those, and also again, all the AI has to do is gain 5 astrolabes to pile out. We're gonna need some provinces, or plunders, or plunders. Okay. Don't know about this. Just underplaying this a little bit. Fortunately, the AI doesn't really have villages.
It does make life harder.
So that's gonna help. They do have hammers though, which is that part's not so good.
Yeah, the hammer is a little scary.
But we probably can 24. Yeah, we may just have a win here. That seems actually pretty likely. So how much money do I have? Do I have $24? 12, 18. Plaza could be $1. 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We're gonna have to. What's the last card? Another camel train. But we can draw. We can do this thing as the way the mouse. Get a silver. Get another silver. We're gonna do it.
Beautiful.
They said it couldn't be done. All right, not my most glorious hard AI performance, but we'll just take it. Okay, thank you everybody for watching the match and for watching this, my stupidity. And thanks for chatting, xyrix. It was fun.
Yep, my pleasure.
All right. And we'll see you all next time.